Here's a tiny droplet of blood that is going to make the journey from humble beginnings to global fame, because this little droplet of blood has information inside that may impact the lives of millions of children and families around the world. And it's all thanks to you and hundreds of other families that have chosen to become partners in the FACT study. The children and parents who voluntarily contribute their time and personal health information to the research study are making an impact that will last long into the future. Here's how it works. It starts with a visit to the clinic. You're probably familiar with that part. But meanwhile, all across the country, there are researchers who are thinking about important and difficult questions for the little blood droplet. So that blood droplet is kind of like a celebrity on the red carpet that everyone wants to talk to. You can't just go up and ask a question. Researchers must submit a formal proposal to several review committees that evaluate whether the research question meets ethical and scientific standards. If the review committee decides this research question is appropriate and worthy of the blood droplet, the researchers can proceed with testing and analyzing the blood droplet and other blood samples. Of course, this isn't really happening on the red carpet. It's happening in a research laboratory. Research teams analyze blood from study partners across the country. The health information from inside each blood sample is placed into a database, and researchers use powerful computers to search for the answers to their research questions. But exactly where and when do the blood samples get tested by researchers? Well, some blood samples are analyzed right away, either in the same clinic where the study partners give their blood samples or at a nearby laboratory. But the people running the FACT study also want to set aside some blood samples for new questions that researchers haven't even thought of yet. So if you give your permission, some blood is sent to a secure storage facility where it will be kept, ready to be tested and analyzed later, maybe even years later. At any time, study partners like you can also change your mind, and your blood sample will be removed from the storage facility. So, what kind of important discoveries have been made using health information voluntarily donated by study partners like you? One important discovery researchers found is that kids with HIV who were vaccinated against measles, mumps, and rubella, or MMR, before they started antiretroviral therapy might not be protected against these infections later in childhood, so they should get the vaccine again. This study actually changed a national policy at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention about vaccines for children with HIV. Another discovery researchers made is that certain blood tests for substances called biomarkers may help doctors monitor the heart health of children exposed to HIV at birth. These biomarkers could possibly help identify children who may need additional testing to help doctors make sure their hearts stay as healthy as possible. Important discoveries continue to be made, and the small but mighty blood droplets from across the country are ready for new questions that researchers will have in the future, thanks to FACT study partners like your family.